say I joined because I've attracted a lot of brokies.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man? Bro, I'm out, man. That nigga's tripping.
A lot of guys that need me to help them. I never got the guy that's buying me the gifts. And like now I had guys who, and older guys who tried to trick on me in exchange for me to give them something, and I didn't want to do that. So I rejected that to try to be in a relationship with somebody who I needed to build up. And they never just it we did 5 years and it just never worked. He would get a job, I would lose a job, I would have a job, then he wouldn't have the job. We just never it just never worked. So I decided to just leave that and to get back out here. It's been years. My daughter is will be 4 years old, so I haven't been in a relationship since then.
So you are tracking a lot of brokies, right? And I love how they use brokies. But if you guys didn't know, even if you have $1 billion and you're not willing to spend it on a woman, she can call you a brokie. So I'm just putting that out there just so you know what women sometimes call brokies. It could be just a man who's not willing to spend a crazy money and take her on all these trips that she wants and buying her gifts. In her, she literally talked about gifts. That lets me know she has dated guys probably who even have money who don't want to just buy her gifts, right? But if you've been attracting all these brokies and the rich guys that you want don't want you, maybe you need to look in the mirror. For example, I cannot attract Rihanna. I cannot attract IG models. I cannot attract Beyonce. So Boogie needs to look in the mirror and figure out how come the types of women like Beyonce and Rihanna don't want Boogie. That's all I have to do. And I'll have the answer in there. Or maybe I may look in my bank account and my bank account will tell me why I don't have a woman that I want. It's as simple as that. So, mama, look in the mirror.
Okay. I think before I ask, I think it's the way you're presenting yourself when you go out into the world. It could be that. But before we
Mhm.
move forward, do you consent to be on a live and potentially all platforms?
Yes, yes,
All right. Is your Instagram public?
yes.
Okay, give me 1 second.
I
What is
did
your
join from my
Instagram?
TikTok. This TikTok we own, all right.
Yes. Why you acting like you 50, 60, child? This TikTok girl. Where you think where you think you at, girl? All right, give me the Insta, okay?
Okay, Anjanae, ANJ
Okay.
underscore
Understood.
Nicole.
You
Okay.
see that
Oh,
chest
they said I'm
tattoo?
a different person on IG.
It gives you hold me down. You have that energy about you.
You
Yeah,
see the
most
chest tattoo?
definitely.
She's a
Most
freak.
You
definitely.
do. Have you been that way in the past? Like
Yes.
I'm gonna help you. Don't worry about it. I'm gonna help you. I
Yeah,
got
I got it. Like,
yeah.
yeah.
That's what it is. And I also think it's just the way it's your energy. I want you to work on that. I want you to work on not being so giving and allowing people to earn that. You have
Right.
to allow people to earn that. You can't just give that away for free.
Yes, yes.
Does that make sense?
These people is hilarious on here. Yes. You know what though? Okay, so I have a situation where I did meet this guy.
Mhm.
He makes over $250,000 a year. He's
Mhm.
very wealthy. Um
Mhm.
I met him two times, but on the occasion that I met him, he didn't fly me out. I went to Miami on my own. I actually went during my birthday. It was like during my birthday time into the new year. So I was like celebrating myself and all my
Mhm.
accomplishments, and but I met him at the same time. So every time that I met him, it was my own
So
money.
how did you meet him initially? Like initially, how did y'all meet
Facebook.
and where did you meet? On
Facebook.
Facebook.
Yes.
Okay, so he reached out to you. He told you he makes $250,000. That's what he
No,
said.
I've actually seen it. I've actually like seen the receipts of This is the generation where a lot of people are showing like what they're making in certain accounts based off what they do.
So her issue is, I keep telling you guys, like, women have an issue with a man who makes money and doesn't spend it on them. So because he didn't fly her out, she's complaining. Obviously, she's talking about him, so she wasn't able to keep him. They feel entitled to a man's money. So because, and you see how she threw out the number, he was making $250,000. For her, when she sees the amount, or she hears the number, she's thinking, finally, I got a sucker who's going to be spending all this money on me. And that's not how it works. She probably didn't give him any sugar. If not, maybe he clapped cheeks and he left. I don't know. Let's see.
So wait, hold on. So did he log into his Chase.com, his Bank of America? That's what you're telling me.
We have screenshots. Yes, not Bank of America. It's a particular bank. I can't think of what bank it was.
Oh my
But he
God.
also showed even you know how you have PayPal, and PayPal allows you during like if you have business, PayPal business, it allows you to see the type of money that you can access, like the credit line that you have available even on there. And so he teaches on platforms, and so he makes a lot of his money off teaching a lot of his courses and things of that nature as well.
Which type of guys are out here showing their bank accounts to strange women and showing them how much money they have? I've seen so many videos of women robbing men in broad daylight. I don't know how these guys have the guts, the confidence to show random strange women how much money they have. In fact, not too long ago, I think 2 women killed a guy in Las Vegas because, they found out he had money and they killed him and took his money and his watches and things like that. Guys are out here, they're either thirsty or just dumb. Now I get it. Maybe she has the energy of she wants a sugar daddy, so some guys use it as a way of making the women feel like they're rich so they can clap chicks. But I wouldn't do that. That's very risky, because she could literally plan and plot with other men to come and rob you.
Did he show you what was in his PayPal? Like how much money was in
like
PayPal?
He posted it on his page, yes. Like he posted the access that he has just from off of people buying his courses and things like that. He's very popular, whatever, on Facebook, Instagram. On Instagram, he have over 100K followers. So a lot of people do purchase his courses. A lot of people show up to his classes. He do classes like New York, Atlanta. Whether he's scamming or not, that's on him. I don't go that far into his business, but he do get a lot of business just from people purchasing his courses and taking his classes.
Okay, so he sells courses. Okay, you say he says who he is, and then you guys met through Facebook. So he reached out to you.
Yes.
All right, and then when he reached out to you, what did he say? Like, hey, Young and Gifted, I want to get together. Can we go out? What was that conversation? I want to take you on a date.
Pretty much, it was just him kind of figuring me out, asking me questions. Me and him asking questions about him being interested in polygamy, monogamy. We just kind of was having casual conversation there. I let him know that I was going to be in Miami while he was having an event, and he was like, "Hey, pull up." Now, the event that he was, this particular event, he was charging $500 for each person to get on the yacht.
You guys notice how she's more focused on how much money he's making. He makes money in his business, he does this, he does that. So either she was asking those questions to figure out if he really makes money, or he realized she's all about the money. So he's like, you know what, since clearly you're just a gold digger, I'm going to flaunt my money until I clap cheeks and leave you alone, which probably that's what happened, because she wouldn't be talking about him and always talking about his money, how much money he made, how much money he charged in his business, what he did for a living, how he sold courses, if money wasn't a big issue for her, or if the fact that maybe he really made that money, but clearly she couldn't keep him and she has an issue with it. And even her energy, there's something off.
He had rented. So when I told him I would be in Miami, which I did that intentionally, And he was like, "Oh, pull up," and he sent me the address. And so I pulled up and I met him at the yacht. So I kind of did it that way where I was meeting him, but I never depended on him to try to. I never want to be the female where it's like, oh, this man have to fly me out, do this, do this, do that, and I don't know him yet. Like I need to learn someone on my own before we start exchanging in that type of way, because I feel like people in return want something right away when it's you don't even know me.
Right. But I think a man who has money, I'm not saying they don't want something. But if you know they like you, they're willing to go the extra mile. So if you had to pay to get to Miami, you said you were already spending your birthday there, right? You went to
Right.
the boat party. Did you have to pay the $500 for the boat
No,
party?
no, he just gave me the address to pull up. He let me in for free.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
Okay. So she
and then
didn't have to pay you guys.
no, I
She
didn't
didn't
have
have
to
to
pay.
pay.
No, 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 no. And then he dropped me off. He was driving his blue Corvette. So he dropped me off at my Airbnb and he asked me what I was getting into that night. I just kept it real cute. I'm going in the house, and I'm relaxing. He was like, "Would you like to do brunch tomorrow?" So this is where I cut him off because I didn't hear from him the next day. And when I reached back out to him, he was like, "Oh, everybody left." And I was like, "Oh, what? Everybody left? I thought you were just asking me to go to brunch." And so pretty much I stopped talking to him. And recently
Wait, I don't understand. What do you mean everybody? So everybody
he
left
had an
meaning
event. Remember, this was the event
oh,
that he had going on. He had an event on the yacht, and then he had a class the next day that he was teaching in like a Marriott classroom setting.
Yeah, it sounds like, first of all, I think she's really mad that finally she thought she had found the rich guy who's going to spend money on her. And then she's mad that he made her fly out without paying for her air tickets. So she wasn't flew out. She flew herself out. So she's mad about that. But it also, from my investigation skills, either one, he clapped cheeks, and then she doesn't like the fact that he clapped for free because he didn't pay her any money, he didn't fly her out. Or if not, he was smart enough to be like, hey, listen, I'm not going to fly you out and then you come and you don't let me clap cheeks. So fly yourself out. Maybe if I clap cheeks, then I can give you some money or spend some money on you. But sounds like when he didn't clap cheeks, he's like, peace out. And she doesn't like that. Maybe she thought she had found a sucker who's just going to spend money on her. And it didn't happen.
okay.
And so he was saying everybody pretty much left and went back to home and where they were coming from. But that threw me off because you asked me when you dropped me off, would I like to do brunch tomorrow? So it
Right.
just didn't. So then I feel like he just played me. That for me, that's like you played me. So I cut him off. I didn't even talk to him no more after that.
Wait,
Yeah, because he refused to take her out, so she cut him off. He refused to spend money on her. Okay, that makes sense.
so was the intention to go to Miami to meet him? Was that the real intention?
Yeah,
Young and get you
she's
got
gonna
keep
lie.
it real. Don't
No, no,
lie
no,
to
no.
Look at her.
Yes. That's what I was
Okay,
telling you from the
okay.
beginning. Yes, but I still set it up to where it wasn't all dependent on him. I still took myself out to a dinner date. I went to the
Okay.
beach. I had a
Oh
cousin
my
who was in
God.
town. We went to a New Year's Eve party.
Mhm.
Like I still
Okay.
had my own life. I did not just go down there for a man and he had me looking silly.
You were looking silly. Because let's be honest, how many women are going to spend money on a flight to go to see a man who's not going to reimburse them back the money they used to see him? How many women are catching flights to go to some city to spend their own money on hotels to see a man, and the man doesn't spend anything on them or ghosts them? How many women are doing that? How many women are even open to do that? Very few. So you're telling me you went to Miami, because Miami is expensive, to spend all that money, maybe thousands or up to maybe two, maybe even $3,000, maybe, just to go see a man, and a rich man who didn't even try to pay you back the money that you used? How many women do that? So she's lying. She's just hurt that she didn't get anything from him.
Okay. So you still set things up, but ultimately you were kind of there for him. Ultimately,
Right,
although you made sure you had fun and you had things planned, but ultimately,
right. And I did leave it alone. That's the point, y'all. Why y'all trying to be negative? Listen to the story.
Your story
So
doesn't
that's
make
what. So
sense.
yeah, after he did that to me, when he said everybody left, and you had just personally asked me to brunch, I was just like, no. For me, that was my flag to get up out of there because now you playing me. That
Yeah,
you
you
play,
got
you
played.
play. You knew I was down here. Part of the reason I was down here for you because we had previously been trying to figure out when can we link. Anyways, I'm a single mother, so I have to. My kids have to be in play. I have to make sure babysitters, somebody can have them for the weekend. And
Your kids are your kids. Like, don't tell us about how you're a single mom and that's your responsibility. Like, you don't need to tell us about your responsibility. You knew your responsibilities before you decided to get on a plane to go see some random rich guy that you are not able to finesse. That is the truth. But also it sounds like men are being wiser, because I guess the days of men paying for flights and flying women out are kind of gone or just shrinking, because men know that if I'm going to pay for your flight and fly you out and spend money on you on a hotel and I'm not guaranteed to clap cheeks, no, no, no. Some guys are being smart. It's like, okay, fly yourself out. If I get to clap cheeks, maybe I can give you the money back. So sounds like men are getting wiser. But what do you guys think, man? Link down below to Ashley's channel. All right.